craft box video. So this is our April craft box, which is the April Showers craft box, and that name kind of hints as to a couple of the dies that are in the box. As usual, it's the same as every month. We here at Sizzix put together a gorgeous box with dies, accessories, cardstock, bundle it all together at a fantastic discounted price, and make it available for you guys at home. So we change up the themes each month, change up the dies each month, everything like that. And hopefully you love it each month as much as we do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through everything that's in the box, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of a make to get you inspired, hopefully. If you do like this craft box, or you are interested in checking it out, make sure to head on over to the Sizzix website, whether you're shopping in Europe or the UK, which is the .co.uk website, or in the US, which is the .com website. Make sure to head on over and check that out there, because these do go quite fast and they will sell out. So if you are interested, I suggest going over and checking it out for sure. So like I said, this is the April Showers craft box, the obviously April box for the month, and as usual it comes in the gorgeous illustrated cardboard box, and everything is really nicely packaged and laid out for you. So as the name suggests, we do have our main die, which is the Flowers in Umbrella die. I hope you can see that with the reflection of the light there, but this is obviously what the name of the box is kind of surrounded by. It's a gorgeous little die with the umbrella. You have a selection of florals, you have the sentiment, and loads of little elements in there. There's 11 dies in that set, and it's really, really popular. And I believe actually at least on the .co.uk website, this is sold out on its own. So if you do like this die, it's the only way to get it is in this box at the moment. But this die, I think on its own on the UK website is around £10, and the other die in the set is around £10. So already you're almost at the total of the box just with the two dies, because I believe it is £25 if you're shopping in the UK, and it's a total of around £40+. So it is a massive saving. Like I say, those two dies pretty much make up the price of the box, and then you kind of get everything else for free, which is nice. So that's the Flowers in Umbrella die. And then you also get the Floral Borders die. Now this one is really, really lovely, because you do get two kind of large elements that you can use and cut on the front of a card, and then there's elements that you can kind of pop up out of the card. It's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully you can see from that back of the die there. So this will cut into your card front, and then these smaller pieces will pop up. So I do have an example of a make here actually, so this will explain it a little bit better. So once you cut that major piece out of your card, you can then colour them in if you wanted to, and then the little elements that just pop up out of the card, you can just sculpt them and make them slightly more 3D. So it's a really interesting and actually really versatile die, and fantastic if you are thinking about crafting for weddings or anything. I found it really, really inspiring to use on all of my wedding makes. So definitely love that one. I'm trying to put it back in the packaging. You do get two glitters in this box. So you do get the Arctic Sky and the Ballet Slipper glitters. So it's a gorgeous light blue and a light pink. They are biodegradable fine glitters, so obviously kind to the environment, and they're just really gorgeous and sparkly, and two really versatile colours. You also get the Express Glue, which is super handy. Obviously if you're card making or anything like that, you do get the fine tip nozzle on the end, which is great for gluing down precise die cuts or anything like that, and it's a really fast drying strong glue, so really, really handy to have. And then moving on to the cardstock in the set. So you get, I think it's 12 sheets of textured cardstock. So our regular gorgeous textured cardstock, which is like textured on the front and then smooth on the back. You will get several colours of this. I'm just going to fan these colours out so you can see them a little better. And we kind of compile the colours each month to hopefully suit the dies and the theme as best we can, and they're just really, really gorgeous colours. So There we go. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job of this. There we go. Okay. So there are all of the colours. So I'll just run through the colours individually and the names. So that front one you've got is Cherry Blossom, and then Primrose, Hibiscus, Banana Blast, Limoncello, Lavender Dust, Arctic Sky, Bluebell, Mint Julep, Agave, oh, Lush Leaves, and Earl Grey. Okay, so they all work really, really beautifully together. You have that gorgeous texture on the front, and they're just fantastic for die cutting. Especially with that texture, I think it just really finishes off your make, whatever you're making. And then you do also get 5 sheets of our silver opulent. So you may be aware of our opulent cardstocks. They come in 5 different colours: silver, gold, rose gold, ivory and charcoal. Trying to remember them all. And you will get 5 sheets of the silver in this craft box. So you will get 1 of each of the textures, because there's 5 different textures of the opulent cardstock. So at the front here we've got the matte, and then the brushed metal, the mirror, the pearl, and the glitter. I hope you can see those. Really gorgeous shiny textures, really nice to add little subtle hints of shimmer and shine on your make. And then last but not least, you will get 5 sheets of plain white cardstock, which is just really super handy for card making or anything like that. I feel like I'm constantly running out of white cardstock, so it's just really, really great that you get that in the box as well. And you don't have to go buying extra white cardstock for card bases or anything like that. Okay, so that is everything in the box. Like I say, if you are interested, check that out on the Sizzix website. It is a fantastic savings if you are shopping in the UK. I do know it's around £25, and the sort of original price of everything in the box is over £40, so it is a great saving. And these are brand new Chapter 1 2021 dies as well. So yeah, really gorgeous dies there. Are they Chapter 1 or Chapter 2? But they're brand new Chapter 2021 dies either way. Okay, so I'm going to pop this to one side, and I think I'm going to get making. So I'm going to make a really nice card, show you some fun glitter backgrounds, and show you how to make that umbrella into kind of a 3D umbrella. So as usual, I'm going to bring the camera down. Bear with me a couple of seconds while I do that so you can see it a little bit better while I'm crafting, and we'll get started, okay? There we go. Hopefully you can see everything there, guys. Sorry about the positioning of the camera. It's a little bit tricky to do by myself at home, but hopefully I've given you a nice view there. So what you need to do first is I've got all my die cut pieces there. You want your pink cardstock. So this is going to be my card base. You can use whatever colour you want. I'm going to use the cherry blossom colour, and I've folded that in half and cut it down to a square shape. So that's about, I think it's about 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres. And then I've cut a white piece down about 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres, so I've got a pink border there. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of fun onto the background of this white cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my express glue. I'm just going to check that that's not dried up. If you keep the lid on, it shouldn't do, but sometimes I forget. So I'm going to take my express glue. I'm going to kind of create a pattern using the nozzle of my express glue, so I can add some glitter onto it. So you could do anything you want. You could do a sort of swirl or raindrops for the umbrella that we're going to use. I'm just going to do a simple like squiggle pattern, I think. So just doing a pretty big squiggle down the middle of my cardstock, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dot some glue around, just random dots, just to kind of fill out the space a little bit. I think that's about it. Okay, so you can be kind of as creative or as fun as you want with that. It's just a different way of creating a background. And then I'm just going to pop that into my funnel tray, and then take the Arctic Sky glitter and sprinkle that over that glue. Okay, so it's all completely covered. You could use the Bali Slipper glitter if you prefer the pink colour. I just wanted to use the blue. And then you can just shake off your excess. Just give it a nice firm tap. And you get that kind of fun glitter background pattern. Okay, so I would leave that for a good 15 minutes to dry. It shouldn't take too long because that express glue does dry pretty quickly, but we are going to put things on top of it, so you do want to make sure it is completely dry. And then don't worry if you've got any specks of glitter in the background. Once it's dry, you can kind of shake it a little bit more, or run a dry paintbrush over the top, and that'll get rid of any of the excess glitter on the background where your pattern isn't. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that to one side, and then I'm going to dispose of my glitter back in my pot. So this is why I always suggest using one of our funnel trays. If you are working with glitter, it just makes life a whole lot easier. And I try and make sure I get everything out, but you can always run over it with a clean tissue or anything like that to get any excess out. Okay, so while that's just off to the side drying, I'm going to work on the other bits that are going to go on the front of my card. So what I've done is I've cut a circle out from some of the matte silver opulent cardstock. Now you could do this with a circle frameless die that you may have in your collection, or just draw around something that's circular and cut it out with some scissors. It's just going to give a nice frame to the umbrella that I'm going to pop on the front. So I have already cut a little bit out of it already. So I've got the Earl Grey cardstock with that main umbrella section, and then I cut it again from some of the other silver opulent and popped a little handle on there, and that's kind of going to sit on there. Okay, but we do want some fun colours at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the flowers in umbrella die again, and I'm going to use this top umbrella piece. So you can see that main umbrella piece that I've cut this one from. I'm going to take this one, and this is where my colours are going to come in. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to one side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 3 out from Cherry Blossom cardstock and 3 out from Primrose cardstock, and then we're going to create like a 3D effect. So I'm going to bring in my machine, and I'm going to cut my Cherry Blossom one out first. And then I'm going to cut the other ones out from the Primrose cardstock. So basically whatever colours you use, you want 3 of one and 2 of another colour, or you could just have 5 that are all the same. Completely up to you. I quite like the alternating colours, so that's what I've gone for. Okay, chuck my excess bits in the bin. So what I've got is I've got 2 pink or darker pink, the primrose colour, and 3 of the lighter colour. And to create a 3D umbrella effect, I'm going to fold all of the die cuts in half. So I'm going to fold all of the lighter pink ones first. And then what I'm going to do with the darker pink ones is I'm going to flip them over and fold them the other side. And this is going to allow me to line everything up perfectly. And you'll see why when I start to glue them together. Okay. So taking one of the light pink ones first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some glue onto one side, and then I'm going to attach one of the dark pink ones like so. So just one side onto one side, if that makes sense. There we go. And make sure that they line up, so the bottom, you will quickly see which way each umbrella die cut should go. Okay, and make sure that's nice and secure. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue to the other half of the primrose one and attach another cherry blossom one. And you just want to basically keep going like that and alternating until we get to our last light pink die cut. Yeah. Okay. And one more. And just make sure they're really secure. Okay, so they're all glued on one side, and when you pull them apart, you'll see you have that lovely sort of fan 3D effect. Okay, so really, really cute. And then you can bring back in your main umbrella piece and stick this to the back of there. So again, just using our express glue. Mostly put your glue around the edges so it's nice and secure, and line this up. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this upside down, so it does sometimes not work the way I want it to. But there we go, we have your 3D umbrella, which I think is just really, really cute. Okay, so next we can bring in our base, so it's nice and dry, and then you can go off and get rid of some of the excess if you wanted to, just give it a shake. But I'm going to pop that onto the back of my card. Now you could use express glue if you wanted to. I'm just going to use, I think, just a little bit of foam tape just to raise it ever so slightly, but express glue would adhere this to your card front absolutely fine, so don't feel like you need the foam tape. And then peel off these excess bits. Glue would have actually probably been easier for me. I've just kind of made things a bit more difficult. Okay. I'm actually just going to pop that on the front like so. Okay, and then I can adhere my circle. I am going to build some more things up on top of my circle, but just to make sure I've got enough room down the bottom here, I have cut a like thin banner shape, and this is where my sentiment is going to go. So I just wanted to make sure I've got enough space there before I glue this down. So I am going to use express glue for this. If you didn't want to put the banner or the sentiment on there, just glue the circle straight in the middle. But I want my sentiment to go down there, so. Okay, and just hold that down for a couple of seconds. Make sure it's nice and secure. And then we can pop our umbrella on, because this is going to be the main center element, I think. Like Okay, so we've got the main elements kind of on there. I'm going to take that banner off just for now because I think that's going to be one of the last things. Oh, that's my fault for picking it up when it's not dry. Obviously, I think I always say this in every video, just take your time. I kind of rush through things because I don't want these videos to be super long for you guys. But just take your time. And then I'm going to bring in some of the elements that I've die cut previously from the Flowers and Umbrella die. And I've got flowers, some foliage and some butterflies there as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my paper sculpting kit. And I'm going to slightly sculpt some of these. So just on top of the frame, just slightly sculpting them. And you can do that with the foliage as well. You don't need too much going on, just a little bit of dimension. You can do it with the butterflies as well. Okay, and then I can start to add these few little bits of foliage on. I might actually pop this one on first, I think. And all with your express glue and just kind of building your design. And you can use as many flowers or things as you want. It's completely up to you. Oh, I forgot to sculpt one. There we go. These only need a little tiny dab of glue on. I might do another yellow one. Oh. Just there. So I just wanted them as a little kind of cluster on the edge of that circle. And then I can kind of play around with my butterflies. Now the butterflies, you can cut extra little bits and they cut out at the same time as that butterfly die, so you can actually make them a little bit more detailed. I'm just going for them as super simple, again mainly for time. And then I can bring back in my banner that I had before. So I'm actually going to pop some foam tape on the back of that. So I've just cut this by hand, just to kind of the width of the sentiment that I'm going to use, the With Love sentiment from the die set as well. And then I've actually pre-cut my With Love sentiment from some silver cardstock. Oh, my finger's bleeding. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realise. I'm actually going to pop some glue on the back of my hand and just dip this in. I love this silver glittery cardstock. It's just so much fun. But you could use any of the silver opulence if you didn't want to use the glitter. You could use the brushed metal or anything like that. I'm just trying to get these extra little bits out. They just need a little bit of a poke to come out. Come on, there we go. Again, just dab that in. And I think I need some more glue on the back of my hand. It just shows how quickly that glue dries. Like as soon as I put it on my hand, it's like almost dried. I cannot tell if that's straight at all because with me being upside down. Hopefully that's All right, okay. And then I think I'm going to do one last finishing touch, which is just pop a dab of express glue in the center of those flowers and take some of the ballet slipper ballet slipper glitter. Just show that we do have all the matching colours, so the glitter and the cardstock are obviously named the same because they match, so I quite often do that. And then just dab a little bit on. Come on. And you can just use your breath to get rid of any excess. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to take a dry paintbrush and just get rid of any of the excess. But like I say, when everything is dry, you can go in and get rid of the excess a lot easier. Okay, and there we go, guys. A really simple but kind of technique driven card with the fun glitter background and that 3D umbrella there, and you can have a lot of fun creating all those fun patterns and adding the foliage and changing up the colours on your umbrella as well. Okay, so I think that's everything, guys. I'm just going to pop up the camera to say goodbye, and I think we're done. There we go. Hopefully I'm still in frame. It's always hard to move the camera up and down, but hopefully that's okay for you. So there we go, a gorgeous card using that flowers in umbrella die mostly, with some of the glitter and express glue and stuff like that, but you can make just as many gorgeous things like I showed you, that invite with the Floral Borders die, or I've even got another one here, another card using that flowers and umbrella die, and I've made a fun inking background there. So it's completely up to you guys what you kind of create with this box, but there are so many possibilities, and I think these dies are really, really versatile, and they're going to see you through pretty much all year into next year and the year after. So a great little addition to your collection for sure. Like I said, if you are interested, make sure to head on over to the Sizzix website and check this box out. They do sell out, so if you want one, make sure to get in there quick, because we don't want you guys to be disappointed if you can't get your hands on one. Okay, so I think that's everything from me today, guys. Keep a lookout for myself and the other designers showcasing not only this craft box but the next month's craft box as well. Obviously there usually is a new one each month, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that if you do love these boxes and you love the makes that we share with you. But until the next one, guys, stay safe and keep crafting. Thanks.